So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Runnin here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode, I think number 30 in total, of our AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory career mode here on FIFA 18. We are continuing our Premier League journey after getting promoted from the Championship. We've got a cup game coming up next, but at the moment we are top 4 in the league. I will be making the sliders more difficult, or did I do that last episode? I did that last episode actually and it worked quite well, so I might leave the sliders like they are for a couple of games and then keep testing them. It's a bit of a lottery, it's really difficult to get them nailed on, like bang on, but it is what it is. If you want to enjoy it though, slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. So as far as player of the episode is concerned, I think I actually forgot to put the poll in last time. I thought I'd remembered to, but I can't seem to find it on my video, which is a massive shame, so we can't do that this episode. I also can't do it at the end of this episode because I'm having to get ahead of going to Belgium, so I'm having to do 2 episodes in one sitting right now, which is why I'll probably not change clothing in between episodes. I'm not a tramp, I'm just recording them on the same day, so there won't be a vote in today's episode because obviously I wouldn't have found out the result for it by the time I record the next episode. So, okay, so I had a few comments across the course of this series or across the course of recent episodes saying, please could I untuck and change the accessories and stuff of some of the Youth Academy players. I understand that, that's fine. I didn't really notice, to be honest with you, but I do understand it gets on people's nerves sometimes, so I've done that for all the main Youth Academy players. The ones who are still like 50 overall and barely get any game time, I've just left them because I can't be bothered, but all main ones that have made their debuts so far, I have changed. I've given some of them untucked waist, well, all of them untucked waist, some of them different kit fits and some of them different sleeve lengths and all that stuff, so got a bit more personality now and don't just look like default setting players. So it's time for your first game of today's episode, and we're in the Carabao Cup at home against West Bromwich Albion. Change of kit for them, they're playing in dark green. There is the side in the background though, a bit of a mix of first team players, major players, and then also some Youth Academy players as well. So here we come out onto the pitch to face West Brom. They're still in the Premier League as far as this save is concerned. They've been relegated obviously in real life, but they are still in the Prem on this game. We're currently in the round of 16, so 1 win here and we'll be as far as we've ever got, or joint as far as we've ever got in cup competition. Oh my words! Yo, West Brom have got Marvin Stefaniak. That's so sick. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man. I mean, okay, so for those that didn't watch my series with Hull City, you actually won't... Oh, my God, we're giving the ball away in a stupid position. Hector gets it away. For those that never watched my series on FIFA 17, you won't know who Stefaniak is, but he was literally my favourite player in that entire series, and West Brom have signed him. Bolger there into Toko. Really nice ball, actually. And Nzuzi Toko with the long shot, saved, though, by KRANE. Malambi swung it in. That's towards Jordan Davies, who gets his head on it, but it's straight into the hands of KRANE. Davies is by far the tallest player we have on our books. He's 6'7". Kelvin Smith is the only person near him, actually, because he's like 6'6". Ewan Harris there with a really nice interception. Tries to play it down the line, really poor though from him. Hector though intercepts, then gives the balls away completely. Stefaniak here into Oliver Burke, and that is just wide of the post. Probably the best chance of this game, which says a lot. Now here comes Malambi. This is a good opportunity now for a counter. Ubar to his left. He's found the young Nigerian. It's Jonathan Ubar, saved by KRANE. It'll fall to Erling Haaland, who turns. Can he find a man in the middle? Oh, he messes it up again. Erling Haaland's passing has been shocking in this game so far. That was definitely the best chance of the game for either side. Now here come West Brom. That's surely offside. It is indeed. And it's saved by Uzoho anyway. West Brom's attack is thwarted. Malambi's got a run being made here by Haaland, and it's a great ball by Malambi. Erling Haaland with the shot and saved by KRANE at the near post. Haaland could have probably cut back, in all honesty. Livermore again. That's a really good ball through to Varda. What a goal. Oh my words. Oh my word, Fairs. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about that. It's massively disappointing. This game's been very even, but it's an insane goal. Fair play. It's Varda again. He scored in a sim against us, I think, last episode. Livermore with a ridiculous ball to find him, and then the control. And I mean, that Fairs. I mean, there's just nothing you can really do. He's hit that so sweetly in off the post. Uzoho had absolutely no chance with that one. And we're 1-0 down. All right, brilliant. So we've got 23 minutes to save our cup hopes, and I've not really seen a performance that would indicate to me we can pull this out of the bag, but we'll try regardless. Still Erling Haaland. He's cut inside. It's still Erling Haaland. Back there into Morgan Shaw. Saved again by KRANE. Oh, the South African has been unbeatable seemingly for West Brom. Haaland though finds Mani Malambi, and he's saved again by KRANE. All you've got to do is find the corners, and he's put it straight at him. Oh, we've had the chances to win this game, honestly. Now into Bolger, back to Shaw again. Haaland, Malambi. Oh, for goodness sake, Haaland. Every single attack seems to break down with a pass from Haaland. On all-out attack now. Oh, Wimbledon. Ubar. There's a man over. Oh, it's Morgan Shaw. I didn't really need the back heel from Ubar. I just needed the accuracy from him. It'll be a throw-in. 2 minutes of injury time. And Goyen needs to find his man. He's gone all the way back to Haaland. It's now Felicioli. Blasted there into Ubar. Over towards Haaland. Back through again. Haaland, for God's sake, man. How many times did we have an attack in the final 20 minutes of that game? And Haaland gave the ball away. I can't be bothered. I hate West Brom as well. I hate them in real life, and now they've beaten us in the Carabao Cup. There's your ratings. The best players were Toko and Malambi. Yeah, that's it. I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated. We could have won that game. I don't think Malambi was actually that influential. I think if we'd have had a full fitness Malambi, we would have won that game. And Erling Haaland was really poor. But apart from that, it was alright, it was okay, we didn't even play horrendously. Time now for a game in the Premier League after the frustration there in the Cup. We're back to league activities and we're back to simming games away from home here against Huddersfield Town. Coming to this one on the back of 2 losses, both to Liverpool. We're hoping to go into this one with relative confidence, and Mason Mount gives us the lead very early on from the penalty spot, which will be nice and should calm some nerves. Hopefully we can now hold on to that lead that Mason Mount has given us. Yellow card for Michael Hector. Not the greatest Wimbledon side that I've seen, and it shows now because Joel Azoro has doubled our lead. 48 minutes gone, and that should be enough now to win us the game pretty comfortably. So at least after the disappointment in the Cup, we're back to winning ways now in the league. It is a 2-0 victory there away from home against Huddersfield Town. Now a second sim in a row. We're at home this time against Stoke City, another side that have been relegated. A bit of a weakened side. Again, maybe taking us for granted a little bit. However, they have still taken the lead here. Arangis, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that, has given them the lead, but since then, 2 quickfire goals for Azoro and De Silva Lopez have now given us the lead. Michael Hector, however, has been sent off. Straight red card for him. He is off, but Andre Dozel is off the bench to give us a 3-1 lead. And again, it's looking like another victory in the league, in the Premier League as well, in a sim. That's very impressive. Like, it just shows that we've actually really improved this side, that it can actually cope with teams like this. Right, so game 2 in terms of played ones in this episode, and despite, obviously, as I mentioned, disappointment in the Cup, we've actually managed to grab 2 wins in a row in the league as far as sims are concerned. So we go into this one still in pretty decent form. Away from home, though, at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. This is going to be a massive, massive task. The man on the left-hand side is Timo Werner. He is the second best scorer in the league, just behind joint leaders De Silva Lopez and Joel Azoro, who are joint with Firmino, but that's beyond the point. Both of those guys have scored 6 goals so far this season, and they're both in the team hoping to improve their tally as we go forward now into this next game. Alright, so do not adjust your sets. We are actually joint top of the table going into this one. It's not even to do with slider settings or anything, it's because we've won 2 sims in a row that I wasn't necessarily expecting us to win both of, if that makes sense, and we won them both comfortably as well. So Chelsea are the best defensive side in the league. Meanwhile, we're the best attacking side in the league. And it's quite weird, actually, because it's almost like it's taken until the hardest league imaginable to actually become clinical. It's worth clarification. I think we did score the most goals in the season in Season 3, but that was simmed. Meanwhile, we've got a chance to add to it because Sorloth has scored underneath Thibaut Courtois. We're 1 goal up already. We're actually 1 goal up already here against Chelsea. Sorloth celebrates with the fans. It's been 5 minutes, man. It's been 5 minutes. And Joel Azoro finds Alex Sorloth, who slots in under Courtois' body. We've managed to do the usual, which is finding it difficult against the small teams, and then as soon as we arrive against big opposition, they take us for granted, and we take an early lead. To be honest with you, it's not even as if Chelsea are playing a bad team. They've got Timo Werner and Edinson Cavani up top, for crying out loud, but They just seem to be very easy to break down defensively as Werner gets absolutely cropped there by Jack Harrison. Let him know you're there, son. Kante loses the ball to Smith. The battle of the two brick walls in this game. Malambi's got Da Silva Lopez in space. Here is Da Silva Lopez. Heavy touch, he can try and cut it back, though it's into Joel Azoro, but headed clear at the last moment by Cesar Azpilicueta. I'm loving that battle already between Smith and N'Golo Kante. That is the battle of dreams as far as holding midfielders are concerned. Sorloth has got Malambi running through, though, and he's got the pace to get away from Azpilicueta, and it's 2-0. Azpilicueta is beaten for pace, and Malambi gets a goal. It's so similar to the Sorloth one. He slots it past Thibaut Courtois, and Mani Malambi doubles our lead. Sorloth now with a goal and an assist. The pace of Malambi just too much for Chelsea to deal with, and it's a calm and composed finish down past Thibaut Courtois to his right-hand side and buried into the bottom corner. And we are 2 goals to the good. And it had to be Malambi, didn't it? That's his first goal in the Prem this season. Smith steals that off N'Golo Kante really nicely. And he's coming forward. This is Sorloth now. Smith has carried on his run. It's through towards Kelvin Smith, but he can't quite get there. Header Courtois. That ball was played to perfection as well from Sorloth. Now here's Timo Werner. Reverse ball into Zappa Costa, who comes into the area. He's brought down by Florence, and it's a penalty. It's such a stupid penalty to give away. That's such a stupid time as well. 44th minute of this game. Florence was ahead of him. It seemed like a very safe challenge to make, but in the end he messes it up. It's down to Francis Uzoho to keep us 2 goals to the good. It doesn't need him though, because Werner blasts it over the bar, and Chelsea waste their opportunity to get a goal back at the end of the half. It's so close, but Conte cannot believe it, can the Chelsea manager. And Timo Werner, the side's top goal scorer, has missed a gilt-edge opportunity. Dozel there, Da Silva Lopez, Malambi, great passing play this. Sorloth can clip it over the top here for Joel Azoro, and it's saved by Courtois. It was a really good chance to make it 3. And it's wide, it wasn't even saved. I thought that was a save from Courtois. It's just a really poor finish from Joel Azoro. And I bet my houses, and I've bet my actual houses on Joel. I don't know why I say houses if I own multiple properties. And I've bet my house on the fact that he would have scored that. Sorloth, Malambi, it's through to Joel Azoro. Sorloth has carried on running down the right-hand side. He gets there, but he's brought down. That'll be a free kick against Aspi. We've got any good free kick takers who can blast this one in from distance? Not particularly, unfortunately. Dozel is the best at that, so we're going to have to knock this one to the side, I think, and it'll be Joel Azoro with the long shot, saved by Courtois. It'll be a corner. Dangerous from these as well. It's on to Dale Fry's head and saved by Courtois. It's blocked by Smith in the area. He chips it in for Sorloth. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. What brilliant work as well by Kelvin Smith to make that one happen. Blocking the clearance with the slide tackle, gets up quicker than anyone else, chips it in for Sorloth, and he grabs his second of the game. That is absolutely brilliant from Smith. It was it's just 2-point blank for Courtois to react and get his hands up, but my words, we are 3-0 up, ladies and gentlemen. 6 goals in the Premier League for Sorloth. We've now got 3 players on that total. We've got 3 players joined at the top of the top scorers list right now. Azoro, Da Silva Lopez and Alex Sorloth. Kante again probing here. Chelsea, that's Cavani, and it's just wide of the near post. As Mani Malambi does really well to cut inside. It's Mani Malambi still. He's blazed it over the bar on his weak foot, but what a solo goal that would have been. Malambi and Azoro off, Mount and Lyle Taylor on. Nice to see the monster at Messi once again back involved in the Premier League. He's been so influential in this series as Lyle Taylor, helping us through the League One, obviously, in our first championship season. It's nice to reward him by getting him some Premier League game time here and there. Moses loses out now to Kelvin Smith once again. We're going forward. Lyle Taylor's been played in behind. It's Lyle Taylor to try and grab his first Premier League goal. Lyle Taylor has done it. He scored in all of the divisions we've been involved in this series. And that is just what I like to see. Oh, beautiful stuff. Made happen by Kelvin Smith, wins the ball back down the wing, and Lyle Taylor slots it past Courtois. We've scored so many goals like that. Just one ball through, counter-attacking football, and then slotted past Courtois. It's another one, and this time from Lyle Taylor. We're 4 goals up at Stamford Bridge. This is one of the best performances I've seen in a career mode on this channel. We've absolutely demolished the Blues. This is Sorloth, then into Mason Mount again, out wide now for Toby Brown. Mount, lovely flick on into Alex Sorloth to make it 5, saved by Courtois. It's up in the air and it's claimed by the Belgian. That was the opportunity to get the record, but it's 4-0 regardless. And what a victory from AFC Wimbledon. We have, well, London at the moment is blue, but not blue for Chelsea. It's blue for AFC Wimbledon. We have arrived at Stamford Bridge and torn Chelsea apart on their own backyard. Ratings-wise, your man of the match was Kelvin Smith, 9.5 for him. He got 2 assists actually in that game. Sorloth, despite getting a brace, doesn't quite get the award, but still got the same rating, and Malambi got himself a 9.3 as well. Time once again for a Premier League fixture. This time we're at home and we welcome another London side. It is Arsenal this time. The Gunners are on their way to Plough Lane, and coming off the back of that incredible 4-0 win against Chelsea, we'll be fancying our chances against equally difficult opposition. Smith there has his pass intercepted by Willock. One of a couple of youngsters, I think, in this Arsenal side. Maitland-Niles is also playing, but obviously you've got to remember these guys will probably be very decent overall by now in this save. Malambi there plays that out wide to Azora. This has been a great move so far. Clipped into Malambi, then through again, and it's just flashed across the goal. Sorloth tried to get his foot to it, but unfortunately could not. That was an amazing move. I think Mertesacker is certainly going to be someone we try and target with pace in this game. I find it quite hard to believe Mertesacker's even still playing. Don't forget, we're in Season 4 of this save. Season 4. We're a long way in. And per Mertesacker is still... He cannot be above, like, 70 overall. And he must be unbelievably slow by now. Like, he must genuinely have, like, 1 sprint speed by now. Cherby, though, with a great touch off the post. And Arsenal with a great chance. We have been let off the hook massively there. Smith, Malambi, round the corner there for Mason Mount, who can now come forward. Once again, we attack. Alex Sorloth gets on the end of that one. It's still Alex Sorloth. Still saved by Macy, though, and punched out again. Gets past Smith and then gets past Hector as well. Still Mavididi, ball into Chervy. Willock there. What a save by Francis Uzoho. I'll happily admit the defending there was absolutely atrocious from myself, but we were saved by some brilliant goalkeeping from the Nigerian. Get out of jail free card once again. Now here comes Azoro. Malambi into De Silva Lopez. He can cut it back. It's into Harrison. Is it cleared off the line by Moore? Oh my words. Back into Azoro again. This is now into Malambi, who cuts it to the back post for Harrison. Into Azoro, and we finally get the goal. It's a messy one, but it's a 7th of the season for Joel Azoro. And finally, we've actually done the job. Came from Harrison, I believe, at the back post. It was Malambi there who got lucky, in fairness. And we finally got the goal that we've been looking for. And poor Arsene Wenger, well, the banners will be out. Arsenal Fan TV will not be impressed with this first half performance. But we have been unreal in this game, as Lacazette is now on the pitch. Trying to add some firepower for Arsenal. Hector hasn't dealt with it, but Francis Uzoho thankfully does from the shot from Maitland-Niles. Michael Hector looked very, very shaky there. Azoro nods it on now to Sorloth. Sorloth's going to have to go on his own. Oh, sorry, he won't actually, because Azoro is with him. Joel Azoro's got some space to run into. It's Joel Azoro who cuts back. Joel Azoro just wide of the far post. It was almost a trademark Azoro goal, where he cuts back in and curls it into the top corner, and that is so close. Sorloth has played that through to Malambi. Great run from him to the back stick for Jack Harrison, and it's in! Jack Harrison got an assist with the use of his head in the first goal, and now he's doubled our lead, scoring himself. Goes round the back of the goal. I love that celebration for some reason, but Harrison has scored at the back stick. That again was a really nice move. Malambi runs on beyond Sorloth, puts the ball to the back stick, and Harrison puts it in at the near post. Macy probably will be a bit disappointed he hasn't covered his near post there, but Jack Harrison won't care. He gets himself a goal. Now here comes Malambi, just prods it through for Azoro. Sorloth is running in behind as well. It's another chance to get goal number 3. Composed as you like. Malambi and Azoro get in each other's way though. Oh, for goodness sake. I guess that's what I get for trying to do the sweaty goal. Hector brings the ball away. Felicioli completes the clearance, and we might actually have a chance to get another. Azora with the 1-2 with Mertesacker. Sorloth shoves off the German veteran, and Sorloth tries to make it 3. Saved by Macy, and headed for a corner by Moore as Lorenzo Visser was coming in at the back stick. And there you go, game done. Another victory in the Premier League, would you believe? That's 4 on the bounce now in the league. Man of the match is Mani Malambi, 9.3 for him. No real surprise, he was running the game in midfield once again. 9.2 for Joel Azoro and a 9 as well for De Silva Lopez. Other notable mentions there, a goal and an assist for Jack Harrison with an 8.5, and Kelvin Smith, as ever a brick wall in defence, he gets an 8.5 as well. Taking a look at the squad and the players that have gone up in recent months, you can see Joel Azoro is still 79, we knew that for a while. He's no longer the joint best player in the team though, because Mani Malambi is the first player to reach 80 rating. The South African attacking midfielder has been probably again our best player this season. He was player of the year in season number 3, and he's been absolutely insane in this season as well. He's up to 80. Mason Mount, we've been training in his passing, which is a little bit lower than I would like for a midfielder. He's 77 rated now. De Silva Lopez is 78 as well. That might have changed recently. Kelvin Smith has just gone up. He's 76 now. And Francis Uzoho has also been in training. He is 79. Now, call me mental, but we're going to sim the next game. I know, against Manchester City. It's because I'm trying to, I'm trying to make this a little bit more difficult, and, well, whenever we seem to play big teams, we seem to find it extremely easy, so I think the best bet to making it more difficult is playing the lower ranked teams. So we'll play Wolves at the end of this episode instead of playing Manchester City like I was originally going to. It's only a 1-0 loss, actually, and that's because they had about 6 youth academy players in the team, so even when we're in Sims, the AI don't take us seriously. It's so frustrating, because you wouldn't see this in real life in a Premier League game. So here we go, final game of today's episode. Having simmed against City, we now play a game that will probably be a little bit more difficult, weirdly. We're at home against Wolverhampton Wanderers. A little bit of experimenting in the side, in the sense that Kelvin Smith drops back into centre-back, and Zuzi Toko replaces him in defensive midfield, and Morgan Shaw is also in for Jack Harrison for this game, who I think picked up a bit of a knock and was a little bit tired, so the youngster comes in to replace him. The likes of Ubar and a couple of other young players on the bench as well, so hopefully we'll see some more of them in this final game. I offer into Helder Costa. Great challenge comes in from Oshalaja. And has the referee given a penalty? I think he has. It's a yellow card for Oshalaja. What's he done? He just came in and blocked the ball. I'm not entirely sure what Oshalaja has done here. Oh my god. You've actually got to be kidding me. That was so late. He could have just jumped out of the way. How is that a penalty? Oh, it isn't a penalty. Wait, what? What? How is it not a penalty if you've given him a yellow card? Did the referee just give the advantage and then just be like, no, sorry, you wasted it? What in the world? That is probably the worst refereeing decision ever. Because A, it's not a foul or a yellow card, and B, if it is a foul, it's a penalty. This is Helder Costa against Oshalaja, who is, of course, now on a yellow card, which isn't massively ideal. De Silva Lopez with a really nice ball to find Malambi, and Azoro is running in behind. Here is Joel Azoro. Real counter-attack here, and Azoro finishes it off. Past Sam Johnston, we are 1 goal to the good, and that was all started by an unreal ball from Leonardo da Silva Lopez, and it's another just real quick counter-attacking goal. We are unstoppable in these positions. Malambi gets yet another assist, and Azoro slots it past the goalkeeper. We're so calm and composed in these positions now. You really barely ever see Azoro or Sorloth missing these one-on-ones. If they go wrong, it's usually because of a poor touch or a poor pass. You know, the finishes are usually very consistent at this point from both of the Scandinavian strikers. Azoro now has 8 goals to his name, and the series' all-time top goal scorer grabs himself yet another Iortha into Fofana down the right-hand side. He cuts back, ball in, that's into Mason, straight at Francis Uzoho though. The Nigerian who's been making some good saves in this episode and keeping some clean sheets. Finally looks like he's an upgrade from Christian Walton. What a ball that was by Azoro, by the way. De Silva Lopez cuts inside, cuts back outside, and almost got past 3 players in one there. Right, Wolves switching the play. This is Dominic Iortha, who's been heavily involved down the right-hand side, but Morgan Shaw done really well defensively to win the ball back off him. I'm really always very impressed with Morgan Shaw whenever he plays, and I actually think he's better in game than Toby Brown, who's obviously the bigger prospect and has the bigger potential, but Shaw always outperforms him. Fagundes, ball into Bath there. Kelvin Smith with an absolutely vital interception. It's a heavy pass though. Neves into Mason. Back into Fagundes. Great ball over to Iorfa. That though, I believe, is offside. The goal won't count. He probably deserves it, does the right back. And now he's come off. He's been your best player, Wolves. Why are you taking him off, son? Dozel, Harrison, that's through to Malambi. Great ball from Harrison. Saved by Johnston, but Harrison is there on the rebound to kill off the game. He's been on the pitch for a matter of minutes, and he's got himself a goal. 2 goals in the episode for Jack Harrison. He's not particularly a prolific goal scorer, is Harrison. He's really not scored that many goals at all for Wimbledon since joining from New York City, but he's grabbed himself 2 in this one. He reacts quicker than anyone else, half volleys it into the ground, but it's a very, very easy finish for Jack. Lovely 1-2 there between Azoro and Toko. Still Toko, round through now to Jonathan Ubar. He's dragged it wide. For all the hype that I gave it in commentary, it was a shocking finish in the end from Jonathan Ubar. Fagundes, though, gives it away. Dozel, though, loses it very dangerously. Cody backheel into Fagundes off the post. Great effort from the Wolves attacker, and he should have been rewarded with a goal, to be honest with you, but we managed to cling on to a clean sheet here. Only 1 goal conceded all episode, would you believe? We've got to hold on for another couple of minutes, and Uzoho will keep hold of that one, and that'll be the final action of the game. A 2-0 victory once again here in the Premier League. Once again, no real surprise, Malambi was your man of the match, 9.3 for him. Again, sharing a rating with a striker, this time Joel Azoro, he got a 9.3. And Toko, despite being so low rated, still has so much of an influence in this side, 8.5 for him. So that's going to wrap things up in this episode, and in the background you'll be able to see the Hall of Fame, where all the records and accolades are kept for this series, including your top goal scorer, which is Joel Azoro, your most assists, which is still Lyle Taylor, clinging on to that, although Leonardo da Silva Lopez is chasing him down. I think he's only 1 behind him now. I've also got your biggest win, which was again under threat in this video, but still remains that Season 1 victory over Swindon Town, and stuff like highest rated player as well, which at the moment is Manny Malambi, the only man into the 80s. In the background though is the table, and it reads incredible viewing for Wimbledon fans. We're somehow 2 points clear at the top of the table. I sim games and we win. I play games against difficult teams and we win. I play games against smaller teams and we win. So I don't really know how we're gonna make this more difficult. I will again change the sliders next episode. That will 100% happen. As we finish off a bit of training though in this episode, that is going to be it for the video, and I hope you have all enjoyed this one. Really good results, to be honest with you, apart from that initial Carabao Cup game against West Brom, which saw us going out the cup again. We haven't won a cup yet, which is unsurprising. We've only got into the Premier League this season, but it would be nice to maybe challenge for the FA Cup in this year. If you have enjoyed this video though, slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter handle is @theofficialfng, and my Insta is the same. Links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
I've been smoking and drinking. Say the weed and the voice got me thinking skeptical. Boy, you better know when I'm under the influence. If I say shit, then I meant it all. Had a flashback when I used to kick ball, and the coach told me I weren't technical. Man, I lost all the air in my lungs, and it's like a man took a low blow to the testicles. Now you see the spare time, I invest it all to the music. Dug deep, now I'm seeing improvements. Still forcing the ink on the page, and it feels therapeutic. Yeah.